New regime, taxation as per the new regime or old regime. What is basic difference? Suppose you are a salary class employee or a business person, which option is better for you? As per the new regime, the taxes rate is lower as compared to old regime. Under the old regime, taxes rate is much higher, although in the old regime they allow certain deduction under section 80C, 80D and some other deduction also. But in the new regime, there is no deduction, no exemption under section 10 is available. So you have to choose which option is better, whether you go for new regime or old regime. So there are one important change by the Finance Bill 2023 is that they have given you new regime by default. If you want to opt for old regime, you have to file Form 10IE before the return filing due date. Suppose you are want to switch over from new regime to old regime, then you have to file. Otherwise, by default, the new regime is applicable to you. So, for the purpose of exit entry, you have to file Form 10IE. That is, due date is before due date. But in case you have a income under the head of business profession, there is a limitation. Once you opted for withdrawn for that scheme, then only one time you allowed. Suppose you are in the new regime, opt out from the new regime, go for old regime, and then you re-enter in the new regime. Then after that, this scenario is not allowed in case of you have a business income. So other than business income, normal person having a capital gain, salary class or other sources income, house property income, they can every year change from old regime to new regime to old regime. So for the financial year 23 ended for the financial year 23, that is for the financial year 31st March 2023, your by default scheme is old regime. So if you don't file Form 10IE, your taxation will be treated as per the old regime. But if you want to switch over to new regime, then you have to file 10IE form. That is before due date of ITR 139(1). So next year they will switch over from they will give you by default old regime or new regime. So let us understand what is the basic difference and what is the tax rate applicable in the old regime. Let us first discuss old regime. So old regime, there is a 0 to 2,50,000 tax rate is 0, and 2,50,000 to 5 lakh tax rate is 5%. You will say up to 5 lakh तो कोई tax नहीं लगता, but still it is a tax up to 5 lakh is 5%. Beyond 5 lakh to 10 lakh, suppose your income is beyond 5 lakh to 10 lakh, tax rate is 20%. After that, 10 lakh and above, tax rate is 30%. So this is scenario for old regime. So this is the basic tax rate, 5%, 20% and 30%. Over and above, there is surcharge. Surcharge is applicable if your income is less than 50 lakh, then surcharge is 0. If your income is greater than 50 lakh, then surcharge is 10%. If your income fall between 1 to 2 crore, then surcharge is 15%. 2 to 5 crore, surcharge is 25%. More than 5 crore your income, then surcharge is 37%. So there is huge surcharge charged by the government. Surcharge is applicable based on basic tax. This will be surcharge is applicable. Suppose your income is in the head of under the head of capital gain dividend, then surcharge is only 25%. They will not go for 37%. So this is a scenario for surcharge. Over and above, once you calculated your income tax plus surcharge, after that there is a cess is applicable at 4% on this amount. So this is your net tax liability. So this is a scenario for calculation of income tax as per the old regime. So let us understand comparative analysis for new regime also. So section 115 BAC of the Income Tax Act given the option to the assessee, you can go for new regime. So under the new regime, tax rate I will discuss for the financial assessment year 24-25. In the finance bill 2023, they have make a significant change for taxability of 2,50,000 to 3 lakh. So your tax rate will be calculated based upon 24-25. So if your income for you are going to calculate for the financial year 22-23, then 2,50,000 delta is applicable. But if in case you are going to calculate your tax liability for the financial year 23-24, that is assessment year 24-25, as per the bill 23, then delta is 3 lakh is applicable. So now I come to what is the delta. So 0 to 3 lakh, there is a tax is 0. 3 lakh to 6 lakh, tax is 5%. And 6 lakh to 9 lakh, tax rate is 10%. 9 lakh to 12 lakh, tax rate is 20%. And 15%. And 12 lakh to 15 lakh, tax rate is 20%. Above 15 lakh, tax rate is 30%. So this is the delta of 3 multiple. This is applicable for the assessment year 24-25. Suppose you are calculating tax for the assessment year 23-24, then this will be replaced by 2,50,000. So tax rate is 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%, 30%. So if your income is 15 lakh, then tax is 1,50,000. So how I computed 1,50,000? So for this slab, tax is 0. For 3 lakh, 15,000, and on next 3 lakh, 30,000, and on next 3 lakh, 15%, 45,000, and on next 3 lakh, 60,000. So total tax is 1,50,000 if you have income within a bracket of 15 lakh. So now I compute your taxability, which one is option is better for you. So section 115 BAC says this scheme is void default for you for the assessment year 24-25. New regime is void default for you. But if you want to switch over to old scheme, then deduction under chapter 6 is allowed to you. Also, you can claim HRA and other exemption under section 10, that is allowed under the old regime. But under the new regime, this scenario is not allowed. So if you are going to for as per the new regime, no deduction, no exemption, simply you have to pay tax. So what you have to do for the purpose of availing new scheme? For the financial year ended 31st March 23, that is your by default scheme is old. So in order to get it new regime, you have to file form 10IE before 31st July 23. So this form is online. It is have to file before the due date of ITR filing, even though you can file ITR after that. So this is the scenario. You can change year to year, old regime, new regime to old regime, in case you are a not income under the head of business. But in case you have a business income, then once you opt out, you can re-enter, again you don't allow. So this is the scenario in case of business income. So what will happen as per the old regime? Suppose your income is 40 lakh and you have a housing loan. Deduction under section 24B is 2 lakh for housing loan interest, right? You are making for house loan repayment of EMI, so principal part is allowed under section 80C, that is 1,50,000. Also you are contributing for mediclaim, that is allowed under section 80D, so in this case 50,000. And you are also contributing to NPS 50,000. So in this case 4,50,000 deduction, or I can say this is a deduction on loss income under the head of house property, and this is deduction for 2,50,000 under chapter 6 is allowed to you in case you are under the old scheme. But in case you switch over to new scheme, then this 4,50,000 is not allowed to you. Simply you have to pay tax. So you have to calculate your tax liability as per the old scheme, as per the new scheme, which one is better. If new scheme is better for the financial year 23, financial year ended 23, you have to file form 10IE. So this is the scenario. There is an important circular by the CBDT that says in case you are an employee has not given a declaration whether he will be availing old scheme, new scheme, the employer will deduct tax as per the old scheme only. So this is important circular. So hope so you learn lot of from my videos. Anything, any doubt, you can refer my earlier videos. If you are still not subscribed my channel, please click on subscribe button, although check on bell icon button so that any further video you can get it. Thank you.